These notes are on the cell cycle. So the cell cycle is just a set of phases that a cell goes through during its life. So if you think about it, it's sort of like your own life where you're born, you grow, you mature, you will decline, and you will die. The cells that make you up go through a life cycle of their own. So the cell cycle really is a life cycle, and we can write that down as well. And the phases that the cell goes through include G1, S, G2, mitosis, and cytokinesis. We're going to look at each of these individually, but just so you know, G1, S, and G2 collectively are called interphase. And it's sort of the time that happens between cell divisions. So this is a picture of the cell cycle, and I would like you to draw this in your notebook because it's important that you understand what's going on. Now you're going to see different graphics of different cell cycle pictures, but this one I think is fairly simple. And I like everything that's on here as far as explaining what is going on in each phase. So here you can see the G1 phase. This is the growth and normal metabolic roles. This means the cell is growing and doing its normal functions. Then we go into the S phase, which is DNA replication, DNA copying itself, getting ready for the cell to divide. G2 is growth and preparation for mitosis, which is the second growth phase. And then mitosis is this whole wedge right here where we have prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. And the one thing that we're missing on this picture, and we can slide in a little piece right here, is called cytokinesis. Get rid of this. So make sure that you add cytokinesis into this picture as part of the pie, and it's labeled C. This is the point where the cell totally divides. Mitosis is where the nucleus divides. So G1 is the growth and normal cell function phase that the cell goes through, and this is where transcription and translation are taking place. So this is normal function, proteins are being made, this whole, anything that the cell is meant to do, it is doing at this point. The next phase is the S phase, and this is where the cell readies to divide and goes through the process of replication. So the DNA is going to copy itself during the S phase. G2, the rest of the cell readies to divide. No normal cell function occurring here. We have the cell getting ready, organelles getting prepared to divide as well. So collectively, G1, S, and G2 are interphase. Then we go into mitosis. This is nuclear division, where we're taking the nucleus and dividing it. There are 4 phases. This is going to be a whole other set of notes because it's very detailed. But there's prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase, and they go in that order. Finally, we end with cytokinesis, and this is cell division, where the cell completely divides and you get 2 new cells at the end of cytokinesis. And then those 2 new cells will go right back into G1 because it's a cycle. So again, here's another picture. This one's good too. It does include cytokinesis, and I like how it has this picture. G0 is when the cell arrests. This means the cell is dead. So it's no longer going through a cycle. You can see here these cell with the chromosomes. The DNA doubles. That's why there's 2 sides to the chromosomes. The cell double checks the duplicated chromosomes for errors, make any needed repairs before it goes into the full division process, and at the end we get 2 cells that look identical to the original cell. So if you look at the original cell and you look at these 2 new cells, they look identical. So it's really important that we understand what's going on in each phase of the cell cycle, and then the next set of notes we're going to look at specifically how does mitosis occur.